Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Yeah, so moving on. We can skip the prophets one, right? Got the main points out there. So this is from Only Sky by Hemant Mehta. Love Hemant. He's so good. He says, Canadians say evangelicals hurt society more than any other religion. Because Canadians rock. We are fucking awesome. And it's true.
Oh my gosh.
So this was a survey that came from Angus Reid. And so when it comes to religions in Canada, most adults believe Catholics, evangelicals, and Muslims do more harm than good. All three religions had a net negative score when people were asked if their members helped or hurt Canadian society. Evangelical Christians, though, received the lowest scores. And we look at this chart.
It's such a beautiful chart.
It's a beautiful chart. So if you have the chart up, along the top, that's the religion of the person taking the survey. And then down the side are the religions that they are ranking, basically.
Oh my God.
And so on the left is the general population. If you just average them all together, Catholicism is if it's blue, that means people think it's good for society. If it's red, that means they think it's bad. Catholicism gets negative 5%. No surprise there with all the residential school stuff that's been happening recently. Protestantism is at plus 9%, which is a little bit surprising, but most Canadians are Christians, so not really that surprising. And I think Protestantism is more populous than Catholicism. But then just the general population, evangelical Christianity, minus 16%. And then if you look at how the other religions rated evangelical Christianity, every single one negative.
Yep. Every single one of them.
It scored worse than Islam.
Yeah, across the board.
That surprised me.
That's intense. And worse than atheism, which, 10 years ago would not have been the case.
Yeah, especially you get these surveys coming out that say not even atheists trust other atheists.
Right.
But then you find that people of the general population sees atheism as 7% good for society.
Oh my gosh. I love that the evangelical Christian population that was surveyed here was yeah, I guess Catholicism is 7% okay. And then it goes to 35% when it gets to Judaism. And it's you clearly don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the thing that strikes me the most about this is you look at how the religions rate themselves. So the Muslims rate Islam as being 44%. Okay, it's not 44% good for society. It's 44% of respondents said it's good for society.
Right.
That's what I'm saying here. I might misspeak in some shortcuts. I'm on my second glass of bourbon. But everybody rates it. Catholicism rated theirself at 22%. Mainline Protestant was 32%. Muslims were 44%. Hindus 12%. Sikhs at 74%. So they're pretty high up there. Jews 58% and no religion 32%. So evangelical Christians rated themselves 68% of evangelical Christians think evangelical Christianity is good for society. That's the second highest out of all of them except for the Sikhs.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it so much. Did you see every person who is rating their own religion, of all of them, Catholics rated themselves the lowest?
Yeah. Well, that makes sense actually.
It does. It makes
Catholic
so much
guilt. Catholic guilt is real, y'all.
This is the best chart. There are so many just funny things about this.
The more you look at it, the more amusing it gets.
Why does the no religion category, everything Christianity and also Islam is bad, and for some reason everything else is good?
Well, I guess I was actually surprised that every single group rated Judaism as good.
Yeah, and Hinduism.
Oh yeah, Hinduism got that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most got Protestantism, apart from Hindus and...
Well, the Sikhs are the third highest.
Third highest. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just evangelical Christianity across the board. Nobody likes
Everybody
them.
hates them except for them. They
Everybody
love
hates them.
themselves.
I mean, the fact that Catholics and atheists on average look to be about the same in terms of group dynamic judgments here is fascinating to me. Oh,
What's
that's so interesting.
I'm actually like I don't know, I'm still kind of shocked that Judaism got positive ratings across the board because anti-Semitism is pretty big in a lot of religion. Like Islam's got a lot of anti-Semitism built into the Quran.
Yeah.
Evangelical Christianity leans heavily into the anti-Semitism. Roman Catholicism leans heavily into anti-Semitism. So
Yeah.
the
I
fact
mean,
that Judaism scored well across the board, like that surprised me, to be
it's
honest.
it's like coming from an evangelical background myself, like I totally get why evangelicals specifically are like, oh yeah, we're bros. Like they definitely think like they're the quote unquote like real ones. And like there's all of this like really complicated, awful like hero worship slash infantilizing behavior around Judaism. Um, I don't know. To me, it
Well,
always strikes me as like the younger kid
the
wanting the older kid to like pay attention to them.
the goal, well, that is actually incredibly accurate with how Christianity began, because like that
Yeah.
that was a lot of the stuff they kept from Judaism was kind of like, they didn't want to be their own sect at first because at the time a religion was seen as more valid if it was more ancient.
Yeah.
So if they were just another offshoot of Judaism, then they're valid. If they're a new religion, then there's issues.
Oh, yeah. And that's still the case. Like, that is a huge talking point today in evangelical culture. It's like, oh, we are like somehow directly linked to
I've
the acts.
I've got people
Right.
in the chat correcting my pronunciation of anti-Semitism. I've I poured myself a big pour of bourbon for the first glass, and I'm almost done the second glass. I will not be pouring a third glass, so I'm okay to slur my words a little. I'm not drunk, but I'm buzzed.
There you go. That's a good place to be, though.
Yeah, well, I can't go past buzzed anymore because I'm a single parent. So like, I have to be at a state where like if there's an emergency, I have to be able to act.
Yeah,
So
I get that. Oh my goodness. I could just look at this chart forever. This is a
I
thing
know
of beauty,
it's a great
frankly.
chart. Canadians are great is the main takeaway from this chart, and evangelicals suck.
Oh gosh.